Welcome to my presentation. Thank you for giving me a chance to present my topic in 6th IEEE Weekon ECE 2020. Today my topic is optimization of the growth conditions of cuprous oxide thin films and subsequent fabrication of cuprous oxide zinc oxide heterojunction by M. Sealer method. I am Shanta Mujumdar, one of the authors of this report. And this work is mainly a collaborative work between Department of Chemistry, Kumil University and Industrial Physics Division, Bangladesh Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Here is the outline of this presentation. I will try to explain about the background of the study, motivation of the study, materials and method, results and discussion, and conclusion. First of all, background of the study. The properties of cuprous oxide. It is the most promising p-type absorber. It is abundant in the earth crust. It is environment friendly and it has a direct band gap nature, and the band gap value is almost 2.17 electron volt. It has high absorption coefficient and it is a very good electrical material. It has a good band alignment with n-type counterpart, and its theoretical conversion efficiency is 18%. Here I am showing a cubic cuprous oxide lattice structure. Now the properties of zinc oxide. It is a promising n-type window layer material. It is favorable to form cuprous oxide, zinc oxide, PN heterojunction, and it has direct wide band gap of 3.37 electron volt. It has high excitation binding energy, which is almost 60 milli electron volt. It is almost 80% transparent and it has notable electron mobility. It is the Whitjet structure of zinc oxide. Motivation of the study. We did this work to optimize the growth conditions for cuprous oxide thin films, mainly focusing on the ranging steps and the pH of precursor solution during the deposition. And lastly, we fabricate a cuprous oxide zinc oxide heterojunction. Materials and methods. First of all, materials. Substrates. As substrates, we used two types of substrates. First one is soda lime glass substrate and second one is fluorine doped tin oxide substrate. SLG substrate is mainly non-conductive and FTO substrate is conducting. As chemicals, we used copper sulfate, sodium thiosulfate, sodium hydroxide and acetic acid. Now the methodology. We used modified successive ionic layer adsorption and reaction method, or shortly M. Sealer method. This is because it is a easier fabrication process. It has less processing steps and it can produce large area deposition. It doesn't need any sophisticated instruments and it produces durable and adherent thin films, and it can also done in low processing temperatures. The film deposition procedure. At first, we prepared a copper thiosulfate complex solution from copper sulfate solution and sodium thiosulfate solution in 1:4 ratio. Then we added acetic acid to set the pH at 4.5, 5.2, 6.2 and 7.95. After preparing these solutions, at first we immersed the SLG and FTO substrates together into sodium hydroxide solution, which was heated at 70 degrees Celsius, and then successively immersed the substrate into cold copper thiosulfate complex solution. A cuprous oxide thin film was deposited. Then finally zinc oxide was deposited over the cuprous oxide phase. The chemical reaction to form cuprous oxide thin film is shown here. The complex copper thiosulfate is dissociated into copper ion and thiosulfate ion. The copper ion then bind with the hydroxyl ion from the sodium hydroxide solution from the cuprous oxide phase. We adopted a similar deposition procedure which was reported by Ristov by excluding the ringing step in between the immersion of substrate in hot anionic precursor and cold cationic precursor complex and called it as modified Siller method. Now the results and discussion. First of all, variation with ringing step. From the first graph, it is shown that film thickness increases with excluding the ringing step. At no ringe step, the film thickness is the highest, and if we see the optical band gap curves, it is shown that band gap decreases with decreasing the uh, ringing steps, and which is promising for our preparations. The structural analysis. This slide shows the XRD pattern and Raman spectra for our samples. From the XRD spectra, it is shown that the unannealed samples show only phase for cuprous oxide, different phases for cuprous oxide, but from the annealed sample it is visible that with the cuprous oxide phases, cupric oxide phases are also visible, and the unannealed and annealed conditions also show the same properties in case of Raman spectra. Here the unannealed sample shows the intensities only for cuprous oxide phase, but the annealed sample shows the cuprous oxide phase as well as the cupric oxide phase. So it is evident that with annealing, the cuprous oxide phase starts to turn into cupric oxide phases. This slide shows temperature dependent resistivity. We calculated activation energies by measuring the resistivity at different temperature for different samples at different pH. Here we got two slopes or two activation energy values at two different temperature range. First one is at 40 to 90 degrees Celsius, and next one is at 100 to 250 degrees Celsius. The activation energy values shows such values which are analogous to the reported values. This graph shows IV characteristic curve for F2 cuprous oxide zinc oxide heterojunction at pH 7.95 and pH 5.20. From the curve A, which is at pH 7.95, it is evident that at LED with half lead, power was found almost 12 milliwatt per centimeter square, and with the LED of full lead, power was found 45 milliwatt per centimeter square. And from the curve B, which is at pH 5.20, the LED with full lead, the power was found 45 milliwatt per centimeter square. And from the two of the curves, it is shown that a breakdown voltage was found at almost minus 0.5 volt, and this curve is showing diode like nature. Conclusion: we optimized the properties of cuprous oxide thin films prepared by M-Sealer method. Characteristic diode-like behavior of F2 cuprous oxide zinc oxide PN heterojunction is presented here. Physical properties of copper oxide films were characterized by UV vis NIR, XRD, Raman, and electrical properties like resistivity results were reported. With decreasing ringing steps, thickness increases and band gap decreases. pH 5.20 and 7.95 are optimized to produce better quality films. Further experimental investigations are in progress for device applications. Thanks to everyone.